like to let you know is that we are the CCC of Durban, KZN CCC, and we would like to form close ties with Maritzburg, because we can see that you'll have the inspiration, you'll have you've got people with substance, people that really want to get somewhere. And today I feel that we are building a team, something that's going to be strong in the very near future, in the not too distant future. So, look, guys, what we need to do is to stand up to all these challenges that we have. We have done it in the past. We've done it. We came out with sores, not scratches, scars. But however, we're still here. We're still here and to take the fight forward again. And we were liberating other people, so-called other people. But today, we have to stand up and liberate ourselves. And no one is going to do it for us. So we need to do that. We are coloureds. We are coloured people. We cannot leave our children, our babies, to be subjected to these blacks, ANC, and white people, because they will never look after our children. They won't. They will become slaves again in this country. So I strongly feel that that is the way we should look at things today, you know, and work hard, strive to get something together where we can march forward in unison. And, I'm not a good speaker, but anyway, I just call a spade a spade.
Thanks for that, Colin. Lastly, we're just going to go on the social media platform again. If Harvey can tell us if you've got any questions, and we'll go to the room, and then we'll just proceed towards closing, if that's fine.
Okay. So far, nobody said anything. I think they're just inspired. So they're waiting to hear a mandate, and I think probably later on we'll start getting the questions through, and then we'll probably obviously have to filter it then to regional, etc. But for now, everybody's just focused, they're dialed in, and yeah.
Okay, no, that's wonderful. Is there anyone in the room again as we go towards closing? Any questions, any statements? Chair?
A question to the province, to the region, province, and national. So I want this diversified. A critical question that we need to answer is, in terms of why are we called the Cape Coloured Congress? And I think that question has been arisen, especially us that are on the ground, keeps on coming up. And I'd like, and I know my deputy chair, together with the national organizer, will be able to answer that question. And then we've got, of course, they will make sure that the president, they make sure they stand on either side of him so that he's not attacked. You know, they've got to make sure that everything goes well. So I'll ask the question: why? Okay, because a lot of people have said, but okay, I'm not a Kapi, so why must I be Cape Coloured Congress? So rather put it to the room so that it's able to be explained, so that nobody goes out of here, especially on social media. It's come up a lot, Deputy Chair. So that it's come up a lot. So therefore, we're able to explain it on why, and I know that my Deputy Chair has got a lovely answer for that. National leader, I salute you. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Leader, if I may. I think it's basically this one out of the horse's mouth. A few months ago, we started a party. The party was meant to contest the Cape Metro, where I think about 60% of all coloured people nationally live. It's not a big place. Hence the name, the Cape Coloured Congress. At the time, as I sit here, I had no idea that Wentworth, Chatsworth, Pietermaritzburg, Aldos, Westbury, same problem. We had no idea. There has been a call to change the name, but it's a brand by now. A few thousand people have paid for the sweater. What do we say to them? At the end of the day, guys, virtually every coloured in KZN owes his existence to the Cape. We came here running away, running from slavery, running from oppression. You can trace your DNA back to you. We might even have been neighbors. We are all take colors, irrespective of where we come from. You know, we need to start looking, we need to stop looking for the divisions among people. We are too fractured, too split. We discriminate on the basis of hair texture, shoe brands, where we work, where we live, what car we drive. Yet our struggle is the same. Let us end this madness. Let us look over the small flaws. We don't need to agree with the name. We have to agree with the principle. I hope that helps.
Thank you, leader. Thank you, leader.
I think Mr. Adams, okay. Michael Gavin, go.
No, thank you very much. I'm not going to take that question, but I want to just ask the Pietermaritzburg region, and there are many people from Pietermaritzburg here as well. I would say about 60% of the room or 70% of this room is from Pietermaritzburg. But my question is, what are the real issues in Pietermaritzburg that that you can maybe just list quickly? You know that we know that there are many common problems, you know, that we have across all of our areas. But maybe if there's anyone that can maybe just list some of the issues that you have in Pietermaritzburg, or in Woodlands, or in some of the.
Looking very excited, Doctor.
The main problem we actually have amongst colours in Pietermaritzburg is, for example, City Hall. If you walk around City Hall, we have about 150 employees. Out of 150, we have 3 colours. We have interns coming in almost every year, once a year. Not one of them or in. So basically, if you need to get into any municipality department, you better be well connected. I think that's your choice, but the any government.
I think that is pretty much the state of affairs nationally. That the colored boy, the colored matriculant, the colored girl have virtually no chance at anything. It's not just work, it's the bursaries, there's no help from NSFAS, it's the admissions into the varsities. I mean, if you look at, let me just show you how bad it is. Look at the Western Cape perspective, where half of the matriculants are colored, but the varsity intake will show you maybe 3 or 4% are coloreds. I mean, we've got kids with outstanding grades just being denied just like that. Because they're colored. You know, this is not what we fought for. I didn't fight one oppressor to embrace another. And this is the fact. And let me tell you now, I've never been to Pietermaritzburg, but your problems are unemployment, drug abuse, gangsterism, premature death, backyarders, the lack of service delivery. I might as well be speaking to Mitchell's Plain and Hanover Park. It's the same thing. It's a systemic thing. There's a plan out there to keep us down. And they will use state resources to do it. It's time for us to be up. Nationally. You see, if you look at it like this, we are the second biggest ethnic group in the country. First the Zulu, then the Khaled, then the Xhosa. We need to claim that. Our ethnicity, we need to be proud of it. This is our culture. Why is it that the Zulu king is acknowledged, but not the Khoi chief? The first people. These people don't want us here. I believe that on that point of view, the white right winger and the ANC left winger, they are in the same WhatsApp group. When it comes to the colored question, they share the same views. fact that people are shocked because of it is shocking to me.
Chair, we have a question.
Just want to speak up, stand a bit.
Yeah. So, my president and to the rest of the panel, we've got a question here from Dion Warren. He asks, what different can you promise us colored people of KZN, because they're tired of empty promises? So basically, it stems from the same, I guess, the same agenda that we've had with every single party, every single person that has come up and said, you know what, we're here, we're going to do the best for you, especially when they're speaking to colored people because they're looking for colored votes. So as a party, as a people, now with a platform, I think that's what they're asking.
There's a simple answer to that, but I'd like you to start with a question, because this is actually a colored issue. I've not yet met a colored who was asked the DA or the ANC canvasser at the door, what are you going to do for me? I've not yet met that colored. But when the colored man says, let us speak for you, say, okay, what are you going to do for us? Yeah. But let me tell you what we're going to do for you. We're not going to make promises. We tell you what else we've done. In the Cape Metro, and I'm sorry that we haven't done this in KZN yet, because this is our first reach out to KZN. In the Cape Metro, we discovered that colored people simply weren't getting housing. What we did was we shut down the city. We did it. Colored people now receive housing. I went on a hunger strike because the Department of Labour in Mitchell's Plain, it was a provincial thing, but in Mitchell's Plain especially, 9 positions, 9 blacks, not a single colour, in a suburb of 1.2 million colours. A month later, the Department of Labour was putting out an advert, only people from Mitchell's Plain need apply. They couldn't say only colours. Excuse me, I've closed businesses in Mitchell's Plain that refuse to hire colored people. I have a court case at the moment as I sit here with the city of Cape Town for closing down a housing site, because when I walked on the site, not a single colored was working there. I went back home, my buddy and I, fixed the chain, fixed the lock, locked the site, go home, come back when there's 50% colors working there. That's what we do. We don't make promises. We just get it done.
That's another attitude game.
Anything else?
My mother says we're
Not yet.
But it seems like it's the only way. It's the only way it can work.
You know, if they only listen to reason,
Yeah.
then you'd never heard of Fani Wellens. The state has pushed me here. The state has pushed me here. My eldest son worked his butt off in matric. He's not the smartest, he's not the brightest crayon in the box, but he worked hard. Got a good pass. Applied. UCT, UWC, Pentec. We weren't asking for a bursary. I was willing to pay. He gets turned down. A buddy of mine at the same varsity asked me, how does a lighting with such a good pass get turned down when a boy from the Eastern Cape gets in on 30% with a full bursary? That was step 1. Next year, I'm moving house. So I'm registering my kids to a school 40 meters from my house. They don't get in. But the school is full of kids from God knows where. So I go to the principal and I say to him, listen here, what does your white paper say? It says that this school is built for students 7 within a 7-kilometer radius. He says to me, look, I don't have a place for your kids. Let's just say my kids went to the school. But it was at that point that I discovered that there's bias towards colored people. And I'm not going to let it go. You see, you guys, you need to come to Cape Town and see it. Come see the land grabs. Come see how our city goes up in 2 weeks. Tin shacks, everywhere. People with land claim land. People with ancestral land claim our ancestral land. And the state services them, gives them houses ahead of our grandmothers 30 years on the waiting list. Generations in the backyard. A light of 21 from the Eastern Cape gets a house. And we're supposed to be okay with this. We're supposed to die with our dignity. This is not what we fought for. This is what we'll fight against.
questions in the room? Mr. Adams, Mr. Jenda?
Good evening. First of all, to the leadership, I'd like to apologize on behalf of what we call our young generation. I'm talking about this new KZN CCC. It breaks my heart to see a handful of colors to the elected committee. You guys need to start working. When you bring leadership like this here, this you should put to this. But I know it was short notice. I know that you had problems with venues and all that. But I want to assure you, this leadership is sitting. The next time you guys come here, that's right.
Definitely the next one.
This is righteous. We will make sure that we've got our brains. But the first thing us colored people need to do is learn how to stand together. Am I right? Because us brainos will never see the next brainos go up in life. That is why Jenna and I, you can see how we work. We look at our community first before we bring someone from outside to do this. So guys, you have a lot of work. And then one more thing I'm going to tell you. I want to send my foot out and bring this up. Crazy. I said it outside when I walked in here. I don't like snakes. Justin, you know my motto? What is it?
Spade is
I
a spade.
call a spade a spade.
100%.
I'm not going to walk here and say Cape Cod Congress, but tomorrow outside there I'm walking with some other paper and showing people that that's bullshit. But decide which side of the fence you're on. But tell you all here, and you all know me, I'm not going to hide it. I went live on the platform. You all know I was a big ANC fan. I'm very well known in some municipality. But when people, enough is enough, nothing is enough. And it's time that us, colored people, I'm not excluding the blacks, I'm not excluding the whites, whatever, but it's time that we stand up and do for our communities. I'm going to die tomorrow. I want my grandchildren to say, hey, my papa organized this for us, that's why we do this. Not so what General the crowds. Our municipality failed. Putting that electricity and fixing up it out of not municipalities' pockets. This man spends his own money on electricity. So guys, we need to first try and stand together.
100%.
Stand together as one, and from there we were able to move forward. 100%. And as I said, I promise you, the next time you're coming up, you'll be 12 on the So, Walisa.